Hello everybody, welcome back. I don't know if it's just me feeling this way, but I feel like the products that have launched so far this year have been extra exciting. Let me know if you're in the same boat as me, or perhaps I'm just extra excited about makeup lately. But today I'm going to be trying out more hyped makeup products. I finally have my hands on the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. Excited to see how this one goes for me. I also have the new Milk Makeup launches. They came out with bionic bronzers as well as highlighters. And I also have a bunch of new e.l.f. products. They have been launching a lot of exciting things. And I also have these things from Danessa Myricks. These are the Dewy Cheek and Lip Palettes. Very excited to dive into these today. So I think it's going to be a good one today. So before we get into it, I'd love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get to it. So for the foundation, I have the shade L5 Fiji. They did send me 3 shades in total, and this one was the closest match to me. The other ones I got were too yellow and too dark. I did give this a good shake. This has been so far a very loved and hyped foundation, and people are saying that it's quite similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin one, which I hope so, because sadly, before I apply foundation, you can see here, the Charlotte Tilbury one does break me out. It's so sad. So I'm gonna see how this one goes. I already know that this shade isn't my perfect match. I might have to get a different shade. I feel like this one is slightly dark and yellow for me. I don't want to speak too soon, so I'm just gonna shut up and apply this, and then I'll tell you my thoughts. And the brush I'm using is a Royal & Langnickel complexion brush. Besides the color match being slightly off, it's not horrible. I'm being very picky, but it is so blurring. Like when I look up at my skin, it looks like I have a blurring filter on it. Ooh, I think I like this finish a little bit more than the Charlotte Tilbury one just immediately, because sometimes the Charlotte Tilbury one can feel a bit thick on the face, if you know what I mean. It just feels like there's a definite layer. This one feels super, super lightweight. Like I feel like I didn't apply anything on my skin yet, and it was really easy to apply, easy to blend out. It didn't dry at all while I was blending, so I don't have any weird patchiness issues so far. I think just the color match is slightly off, but that's all I can say right now. And the glow is beautiful. It's like a blurred glow. It's just like a natural skin-like glow. I'll bring you slightly closer in so you can see it on my natural texture. Oh, I missed my nose here. I don't have a new concealer at the moment, so I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I don't know what happened to the sticker, but I don't have it anymore, so I don't know what shade it is. Something in the lights. And I'm going to use this e.l.f. sponge, which I think is so pretty. I just really love the looks of this sponge. It's part of the Cookies and Dreams collection. And I'm also going to just tap over everything with my sponge, because I forgot to do this right after I applied that foundation. To set my under eyes, I'm using my Rare Beauty powder in the shade Light. Now to add dimension to my face, I'm going to be using the Milk Bionic Bronzer, which I'm really excited to try out, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of the blushes. But I think the biggest reason why that was is because the shade range didn't really intrigue me. Here are the 3 shades swatched. You can see they're very glowy, even though I did kind of a thicker swatch, so we'll see what it looks like when it's actually on my face. But here are the undertones. So the lightest one over here, which is the one I'll be using today, is Time Travel. The one in the middle is Shape Shift, and the one on the end is Invincible. I do like the undertone of this one here better. I feel like this one's going to be a bit warm for me, but I think it's going to suit me the best since it's the lightest. I don't know how to go about this, so I'm just going to take my finger and put some on the back of my hand here. It kind of has a thicker balm-like texture. Seems to have some good pigment, so I'm just going to start off with that. I'm going to use my Melt 777 brush. Okay, maybe I need a little bit more. Okay, I thought it was going to be a lot more like balmy or glazy once it was on my cheek here, but I think that looks quite nice. This time I just dunked right into the little patch I had on the back of my hand here. It has a surprising amount of pigmentation. From what I remember about the blushes, they kind of felt like a more balmy version of the serum blushes from M Cosmetics. So I'm surprised to see this pay off, but it's blending out quite nice and it looks smooth. Okay, I feel like that looks really nice so far. I'm a little bit nervous about the longevity for some reason, but it doesn't feel heavy or tacky on my skin. It feels like it kind of dried down. And there's not like a super intense glow. I think it's quite flattering with this foundation finish. That's fun. So now I'm going to be trying out the highlighters. They came out with 2 shades, I believe, Virtual and Reality. Haha. So Virtual is the lighter one. Sometimes Melt's highlighters are pretty glittery, but I don't think that's gonna be the case for this, which is exciting. It feels kind of like the Fenty Beauty one that just launched not too long ago, but they feel very, very thin. They give a very sheer glow once they're blended. I'm gonna try mixing the 2 shades, and the reason why is because they sent me this little palette, and I think you can mix and match all of the formulas together to create like a glowy bronzer or a glowy blush or whatever your heart desires. Wow. And I'm just gonna apply that combination with my finger. It's super, super cold going on. Like, it's a little shocking. This is what I wanted the LYS liquid highlighter to be. It's super, super seamless. There's no visible pearl or glitter whatsoever, and it's super smooth looking. That's really pretty. This is turning out way better than I initially thought. Like, the foundation still looks really, really nice. The bronzer turned out better than I thought, and the highlighter is definitely impressing me. But now it's time for blush, and I don't know how I'm going to pick one color. These all speak to me. So Danessa Myricks came out with 2 palettes. These are the Dewy Cheek and Lip palettes. Kitten. This one is called Do It Flirty. Really nice peaches and pinks. And this one is more nudie, and this is Do It Undercover. This one really excites me. And the texture is interesting. I wasn't expecting this kind of texture. Like, when you run your finger over the pan, it has like quite a bit of resistance, and it's a lot thinner in consistency than I would have expected. The texture kind of feels like a thinner version of the Tower 28 blushes or the Charlotte Tilbury, oh, what is it called again? This formula right here. Like, when you touch these, they have quite a bit of resistance when you're swatching them. Like, they feel super balmy, but the Danessa Myricks formula is a lot sheerer and thinner, and it feels drier in a sense. I thought it was going to be super creamy and wet and dewy like, but I am not mad at this finish. It feels interesting, and I feel a lot more excited about them now that I'm looking at them in person. When I saw them online, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick them up, but they look really cute. I'm blabbing because I don't know what color I'm going to be using today. I think I'm more drawn to the fresh and fun colors for today. I am going to be using this palette later on, and I'm going to be using the blues. So that's how I'm going to determine which shade I'm going to use. I'm just gonna hold it up, and whatever color kind of matches that blue. Ooh, the peaches look really nice. The pink does too, but I feel like that's too Barbie-esque. Yeah, one of these. I will swatch the whole palettes for you. I'll do that. Here are the palettes swatched. This shade right here, which is the second one in this palette, has a bit of shimmer in it, so you can see it's quite a bit more highlightery, but I see myself genuinely using all of these shades, and I also am very excited to see what colors I can come up with myself when I mix them. I'm really feeling this really soft peach one, but can we just take a moment for these 3 shades specifically? This one's for sure too deep for me unless I mix it in with other things, but these 3 right here, come on. Hello? Was this made for me? I'm just dabbing my brush right in there. I'm tapping the excess off. This is a brush you can only get in Canada. It's from Quo Beauty, but I'll link one down below that's very similar to this from Sephora collection. So let's see how this applies. Okay. That went on really, really nicely. Ooh, 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 ooh. I just got shivers of excitement. Okay, I didn't think I was gonna like this as much as I do. I got the makeup loving feels, you know, when you apply a product for the first time, you're like, I know you're gonna be my bestie. That's what I just got. Ooh, that's such a cute peach blush. And it can go on your lips. What a dream. Really excited. And these would be fantastic to have in your makeup artist kit because they're very compact and you get quite a bit of product. Last thing I'm gonna do before my little intermission is add a bit of powder, and I'm going to be using my Rare Beauty one once again, and ooh, I picked up way too much. And I'm just gonna set the center of my face where I need more longevity. This is turning out so nice. Oh my god, how exciting. So now it's intermission time. I'm just gonna quickly do my brows and prime my eyelids, and I'll be right back. So my brows are on, eyes are primed. Before I go in with eyeshadow, I thought it'd be fun to go in with a setting spray. This is a new one from e.l.f. It's this Stay All Day Blue Light Micro Setting Mist. I think the blue light makeup stuff is like the new unicorn and mermaid makeup. Everything was the unicorn and mermaids. Now it's blue light. I know it's all marketing, but whatevs. I just want to see this spritz. Okay, it's very fine. It does not sniff good. It smells like, oh my god, it smells like Floam. Remember Floam? I regret that fully. Okay, don't like that. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna pass that on to someone else who doesn't have a nose. I definitely was a little bit over dramatic there, but it did not smell good, guys. Okay, eyeshadow. e.l.f. came out with these shadow sticks. They came out with 4 shades. I'll quickly swatch them. The one I'm most excited about is this blue one, because I feel like I'll use this as a base today and a lot of days. And they also came out with a white, a brown, and a black, but I don't think I'm gonna be using these too much because they did add some glitter in there, and I just don't really see myself reaching for that. But these two, I think I'll get good use out of. This would be a really good base as well. But I'm first going to be going in with this blue. I think I'm gonna do kind of a structured look. And before things dry and superset, they came out with these little brushes as well. I'm just gonna run this flat brush alongside the edge just so that it doesn't look so sharp. Now I'm going to take the actual palette, and I'm first gonna take this shimmer shade. While this is wet, oh, that's gonna adhere nicely. I'm going to put this in the inner part. I'm just going with the flow today, it's kind of fun. And I'm going to stop right after my iris. And now I'm gonna take this little brush again. It doesn't have a name, it's just the smallest one that came in the brush trio. And I'm gonna press that matte blue shade right beside it, whoop, right here, to set the cream and make this extra vibrant. I'm just gonna take a little tiny bit of that blue and just kind of add it to my lower lash line, just on the outer portion, just to kind of tie that in a touch. I might add some of this shade right here on the rest of my lower lash line, just to add a little bit of depth to contour them a bit. Now I'm going to be taking some of this blue shimmer again. I'm gonna pop it into my inner corner. I think that performed quite nicely, all of these products together. Gonna take a little bit of that shimmer to melt it. Ooh, that was fun. I'm just gonna quickly do this eye and I'll be right back. And here are the eyes all finished. The mascara I used was the CALIRAY Come Hell or High Water mascara. And here's the eyes, perfect for Euphoria night. I'm filming this on Sunday. Now for my lips, I'm going to be using more e.l.f. newness. They came out with 3 lip pencils, I believe. Well, they sent over 3 anyways. I quickly swatched them alongside of, I think these are glossy lip stains. For the lip liners, we have soft pink, mauve, and then light brown. Now for the glossy lip stains, the names of these are kind of confusing because this does not read mauve to me, but maybe it's the stain underneath. This is Power Mauve. The middle one is Pinkies Up, and this one over here is Basic Beige, which looks pretty orangey peach to me. But I'm just gonna wipe it off, see the stain underneath. I don't know, I don't really get the names for these, I guess. So I'm going to line my lips with the shade Soft Pink. I don't know if I enjoy the shape of this lip liner. I feel like this is gonna be kind of a weird experience for me. It's like a little teardrop, angular shape. I don't know how I feel. Let's see how it feels on my mouth. It's kind of fun that you get a variety of sharp angles with this, but I think I wouldn't really reach for these because it's taking me a lot longer to line up my lips than usual. And I really have to concentrate, which sometimes I don't want to. But cute color. Now for the stain, I think I'm gonna go in with Basic Beige. And here is the finished final makeup look. I really enjoy what I'm seeing here. I think the colors are really cute and cohesive. Things really turned out for the best today. I am especially loving my base. I think it's very flattering and very pretty and fresh looking, and it still looks freshly applied. I have big hopes on this foundation. I'm happy that I'm seeing the hype here, because sometimes with super hyped products, when I try them, I'm like, what's all the fuss about? But I see the fuss and I know what it's about. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the foundation. Really excited to see how this wears and how it goes for me. I'll for sure update you and use this a ton this month. For the bronzer, I'm a bit iffy with it. I think it applied nicely, but I feel like it kind of disappeared a bit, maybe? Or maybe it just meshed well. I don't know. I feel like I need to try this one out a couple more times, but speaking about the highlighters, I really love the glow that's going on my cheekbones and on the bridge of my nose. I think it's such a pretty glow. I love how you can't see any pearl or glitter. It's so flattering and it's visible, but very sheer and natural looking. I like these. Ren is having a fun time with the M2 unit cartons over there on the floor, so if you can hear that, I'm sorry, I just have to let him be. At least he's not going off after my pampas grass, okay? Another big star of the show for me today were these palettes here. I'm very excited to use these again and just play around with them, mix up a color of my own and use them on the lips. I'll for sure do that in an upcoming video. They're very much up my alley. This is an easy one, the All Day Blue Light Micro Setting Mist. No. Bye. Moving on to the e.l.f. No Budge eyeshadows. I feel very excited about these two right here, the white and the blue that I used today. I think I'm going to use them a lot like I did today for layering purposes and just getting a lot more pigmentation onto the eyes. I always love products like this. I use them in so many ways. So I think I can get some really creative looks using these here. And for the eyeshadow palette, I think it's really cute and the quality feels nice. I think you get a good variety of tones here. I feel very drawn into this one. These types of blues are hit or misses, but I think they performed quite well. I don't know how they perform on their own, only how they layered on top of this, of course, but they felt really nice and high quality for an eyeshadow. But now moving on to the lip liners, I really like the colors that I see here, but I don't like the shape of the liner. And now that I'm thinking of it, I feel like I have lip liner shades that are quite close to this already, so I don't know how much I'll be using these. I just didn't like the extra time it took to line up my lips. For the glossy lip balms, I think they're really nice. We'll see how it goes. I don't have that many lip stains in my collection, so I am welcoming these because sometimes it's fun to wear something and you don't have to think about it. I think these colors are cute. I think the names are weird, but yeah, I see myself using these time to time. They feel really nice and lightweight on the lips. They don't feel sticky. They feel just like a lip oil, a very thin lip oil, and it's quite comfortable. So there we go. Those are my first impression thoughts on all of the new things I tried out today. Be sure to check out my roundup shortly here because I'll for sure talk about these again once I get a good trial out of all of the products. I'm excited to see how these things perform with other products and how they wear throughout the day. But with that being said, that is all from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give this video a like. It would help me out so very much. I'll make sure to link all of the products I used in today's video in the description down below as always, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.